Okay, now let's look at solving systems of linear equations with a graphing calculator. Alright, so first let's make sure you get a clear screen. You might push clear or second quit. You get a clear screen here. Now the first thing that I do is, let's go to y equals here, and that's where you put in your equations. So here I'm going to have 2x minus 7. See, 2, there's your x button. It's the second one, it's right below mode. It's x, comma t, comma theta, comma n, so 2x minus, now be careful, there's a minus and a subtraction sign. We want to subtract, so it's 2x here. Let's just do that again. So that's 2, there's your x button right there. Then it's the negative sign, the subtraction sign, which is right here, minus 7. And then let's go down to the next one. And the next one, let's do 1/2. I'm going to go parentheses 1 divided by 2 parentheses times x plus 4. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and graph it. And I get 2 lines. Let's check that. I thought one of those were negative. If you notice, no, they're both positive. That's good. So let's do it again. Now you can hit zoom 6. What zoom 6 will do is it'll give you a zoom that's usually a pretty good zoom. It's called zoom standard. So let's look at that real quick. The zoom, you have all these different options, and zoom 6 there is called zoom standard. That's basically a zoom that the computer thinks is going to be appropriate for what you're going to look at. Okay. Now here's my intersection. I'm actually going to want a little more space here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom out. It works just like Google Maps does. So you're going to hit zoom here. See where it says zoom out? You can either type in a 3, you can go down there. Now hit enter, and then hit enter again. And it gives me exactly the same graph, but it's just zoomed out a little bit. Now I want to find out where it's intersecting, and there's a menu called calculate, and it's right up here, right above the trace. I have to hit second and then trace, which is second calc there, and I have all these different options. I want to see where 2 lines intersect, so I'm going to go down to where 5 is and hit enter, and then it's going to ask me first curve. I'm going to hit enter and enter. And then it's going to ask me guess. What it basically does when you hit guess is it says, what do you think the intersection is? You can just hit enter it. It doesn't matter. And then there's your answer, shows up right there. Now if you notice it's always decimal, 7.3333. That's actually 7 1/3 or 7, 3 repeating, and 7.6. This is your x and y graph, and that's how you do it. That's all you do. Let's do one more example. So let's go to y equals. And I'm going to clear both of these. Here's the clear button right here. Clear doesn't, see, quit gets you out of the screen. Whereas what clear does is if you have something there that you don't want but you want to stay on the same screen, you hit clear. So I'm going to hit 25x minus 123, and then negative 2x plus 18. And I'm going to hit graph. And that's actually a pretty good zoom right there. If I didn't like the zoom, I could hit zoom 6, and it would give me a zoom that looks pretty good usually. Since I'm going to intersect, I'm actually going to want a little bit more space, so I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. How do you zoom out? You hit zoom and you get a little menu. You can just read it down. That's zoom out right there. Remember to press enter again. And there I have my 2 lines. I want to see where they intersect. So I'll go second calc right there. I'm going to go to intersect right here, hit enter, and it's going to ask me first. Basically this is useful when you have a lot of different lines on the same graph. Here it says curve 1 and curve 2. You only have 2 curves, so it doesn't matter. But if you notice the cursor's right there. See how the cursor is right there. So you just hit enter, enter, and guess, enter, and there's my answer right there. And that's how you do it.